Sawadee and good evening and welcome to
Chatroom.
And as usual, we'll be talking about the hottest stories in Thailand as well as social media dramas. I'm Nat Bunak.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
I'm Warisala Sehan.
And I'm back, guys.
Yes, we all are back because I was on leave last week and we are all back.
Yeah.
Full team
Yeah.
Team,
to provide news to our audience.
Because last week there was only like me and
Gitipat.
Yes.
Yeah, and the week before it was you, Frank, and Gitipat.
Yes, and finally you are back.
Yeah, finally. And you may have noticed that we're into this Christmas vibes already because it's like only 4 or 5 days away until Christmas Day.
Yeah, I like your red shirt.
Oh, thank you.
And a little bit pink shirt.
Yeah, I
and
have
your
my
green.
red nails.
Yeah.
Oh, look nice though.
Yes.
Yeah, I think everyone is into this Christmas vibes at the moment because like everyone is into this holiday cheer and soon it will be New Year holidays as well. So as 2023 is coming to a close, it is time to reflect back on what has happened throughout the year. We have been discussing about like the top stories in Thailand, the scandals, dramas, tragedies, and some good news as well. But when we talk about these stories, we would often search for them on Google.
Yeah.
Right? Everything is like Google. If you want to know about something, you go on Google. If you want to find out about the latest stories, we go on Google. So now we will take a look back at what has been top searched on Google Thailand throughout the year. So we will begin with the top searched people of the year. And number one is no other than Pita Limcharoenrat, who has been top searched throughout the year, especially during election week when the Move Forward party declared its election victory. And we have to say that Pita has always been top search throughout the year, especially during the elections. And number two goes to Pita's ex-wife, Chutima Tipanat, and that is the person you're seeing right now. And people have been interested to find out about her life as well as Pita's daughter as well. Because like, you know, when people are into Pita, they just want to know everything about Pita. And Chutima was top search as well. Number three goes to Kantapong Bamrungrak, a Thai actor who suddenly fainted during a pre-election debate in which he was the MC. Many of his fans were worried about his illness after they found out that he had heart complications and he was in hospital for several months. So Kantapong was also top search on Google as well. Number four goes to Setha Thavisin, who became the 30th Prime Minister of Thailand. Setha was most searched in late August after Setha won a majority vote from both the House and the Senate. 482 voted for Setha, 165 voted against him, and 101 abstained or did not attend the parliamentary voting on the next Prime Minister. Last on the list is Yongyut Vichaydit, the former Deputy Prime Minister, who was alleged to have an affair with a married woman. Yongyut denied the rumors, stating that there are many former deputy prime ministers in Thailand. So if we bring up the list of the top search people of 2023, according to Google Thailand, these are the top 5 people that have been most searched throughout the year.
Yeah, of course you can see the top 5 people here, 2 of them, Pita Limcharoenrat and Setha Thavisin, of course. They been through political chaos in this year, and Pita Limcharoenrat, of course, today in the morning at the Constitutional Court to testify his legal case on media shares. So, of course, we already have the very important date on 24th January next year, 2024, the coming January, to see, of course, the Constitutional Court will give the verdict about the Pita case. So that's very important.
At the same time, number 3, it also shows that many Thais are still interested in celebrities and the fact that anything is related to the illness of celebrities, people would be highly interested because they are worried and they would want to know about like whether he has gone better because like his heart complications have actually worried a lot of fans as well.
And it links to people too, Thai people, because it's not just the celebrity, it links to Thai people because it's of course one of the top cause that Thai people die because of this issue too. Next one, now let's move on to top search news story of the year. The top search news story is of course Thailand's general elections, which indicate indicates that people are highly interested in politics. This is followed by the Move For Party, which was highly searched throughout the year, particularly between March until May, indicating that the party has always been in the public interest. The Election Commission was also top searched as people wanted to know about the rules and regulation of the election. Meanwhile, electric bills registration was highly searched after the government announced that it will ease the financial burden of low-income earners, where they can apply for 315 baht per month per household subsidies with the Provincial Electricity Authority. And the story that was top search is Kru Gai Gyao, which a statue of Kru Gai Gyao was blocking the traffic on Ratchathapise Road as the truck carrying the statue struggled to go under the bridge, which urged netizens to find out what it is.
Honestly, I still have no idea what Kru Gai Gao is all about.
So of course
Yeah.
you can see the black statue there. Some people
Yeah.
think it's kind of like negative
Yeah.
side.
Or maybe like superstitious
Yes.
thing, or and his looks a little bit.
Or it will bring dark magic to the town, because right now, at the timing, I think the statue was placed in front of a hotel, right, at Ratchathapise Road. But I'm not sure where the statue is right now. Maybe it's still
Oh,
there.
I think it's already removed
Ah,
from that
removed.
area.
Okay, right.
Now let's moving on to more kind of like soft topics,
Yes.
shall we? Well, moving on to Thai music. Well, the top search songs of 2023 include Song Yang Bad, Thát Thong Sao, Dao Hang Han Lê, เลือดกรุ๊ป B and ผู้ถูกเลือกให้ผิดหวัง
Okay, these are the top 5 songs that have been widely searched on Google throughout the year. So we have both languages here, and if you're interested in searching for them, listening to them on YouTube, here are the songs that are being listed on the screen right now. So.
I really think that the first one is the most famous here, especially among the kindergarten kids,
Yes,
right?
it was viral on social media during that time because like maybe because of the rhythm of the song, the way the song was written, like children can actually sing them. Like
Yeah.
surprisingly, kindergarten students, like that was like very surprising for many Thais.
Yeah, even for many foreigners, I think I can catch the beat a little bit because the rhythm is quite easily listened.
Yeah, and Thát Thong Sao was very famous during Songkran holidays as well because of the beat, the like it has sparked a lot of trends, especially with the Y2K trend. Like if we go back like around like 20 years ago, we had this like if you're seeing right there on the top right, that was the hairstyle that was really popular during that era,
That
the
era.
Y2K
With
era.
the makeup too.
Yes.
With the makeup like
The
blue
eyeliner.
eyeliner, blue eyeshadow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like brought back the vibe of 20s.
Yeah, and that catchphrase was like "Iki man pe sakoy pe kuboy," and everyone could sing that. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, everyone could sing that, and everyone could dance to that as well. And it was like a perfect song for Songkran as well.
Right.
And
There are also movies as well.
yeah, because well, apart from Thai song, as for the top search series of 2023 include Mata Rada, พรหมลิขิต เกมรักทรยศ and จันทราอัสดง and กู้ภัยนักรักดับเพลิง Well, I think the famous one for me is the first one,
Yeah.
Mata Rada, right?
I
Have you
haven't
heard?
watched that one. Of course, I heard that one, but I haven't watched that one.
Okay, Mataladai is like a story about like a girl who was like raised into an LGBTQ family, and then it also talks about the male lead that was raised like very strictly with no freedom, and then the two characters came together and actually fell in love, but then it also revealed the story of how they actually had to adapt to each other, how they adapt to each other's families and that kind of things. But it has been widely praised because they call it like a very heartwarming story and also inspirational as well, because like the father of the female lead in the story identifies himself as the LGBTQ.
Yeah, and he's a drag queen too, right?
Yeah, drag queen as well. And when people think of father figures, they would think of like a straight man. But for that particular story, he was like a drag queen. And many people within that story did not understand what was going on. And they think it's weird. Like for that particular story, people think like this kind of family is considered weird and out of the ordinary, but it has reflected the other side of LGBTQ families and how they actually navigate through the challenges in Thai society as well.
It reflects openness of Thailand society, I think,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
side,
yeah,
and another
yeah.
side is the openness of the industry. So right now, of course, they already have provided a lot of LGBT series, but broadcast on a very, very big channel.
Yes.
Yes.
Very big channel, mainstream channel as
Yeah.
well. And another one that is widely searched, of course, Prom Likit was like, it just concluded its series like just yesterday, but on Monday, but then like people were actually talking about it.
Yeah.
And it has actually brought up this soft power about Thai culture, and it's still successful.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I follow this series since the first one,
Yeah, the first one.
Bupe Saniwa, the first series. So I understand, of course, from the Ayutthaya period, we started to have the alphabet of Thai word, all the dessert we have, Thai dessert,
Yeah.
culture. What's the real sign and real aspect of Ayutthaya at that time? It's really, really astonishing.
Yeah, and I think it could be one of the soft powers,
Yes,
right? Because
yes.
it giving the vibe of traditional Thai dress,
Yes.
Yes.
Ayutthaya and places, even at Wat That something in Ayutthaya too. Because now Ayutthaya province it's becoming famous of like a travel destination for
For
Thais.
foreigners and
Yeah, for
Thai.
foreigners
As
and
well,
Thai
but
too.
it has really sparked a lot of trends, such as wearing Thai traditional clothes, visiting historical parks, and even like trying dishes like gung pao or even like what ha. It was really famous because of this as well. But now let's move on to movies.
Yeah, for the movies, well, of course, there will be there are สัปเหร่อที่หยดขุนพันสาม Oppenheimer and บ้านเช่าบูชายัน
Yeah, you can see that horror movies are still like the box office in Thailand.
Still on the top in the
Yeah.
list. And of course, I watched the last one, Home for Rent, already. I think
Oh,
that
really?
one. Okay, it links to I think it links to some animism in Thailand too. How of course, you can see in the trailer the picture there in the middle of the character, and she was the person who, of course, rented the house of the main character there, and she brought in the kind of like cult ritual inside, and you can understand, of course, this is still harrowing for Thai people too. But the more scary it is, the more Thai people will go to watch it. So it's on the top of the list. But you can see the first one and the second one too. It's kind of like horror movies too, right?
Yes. Yeah, I went to see สัปเหร่อ and ที่หยด and all I can say my favorite one is สัปเหร่อ because I think for me personally it's giving the real vibe, the real traditions of Isan region in Thailand. Like, okay, what are the traditions they do when
Yes.
some people like, die and all that stuff.
I totally feel you because, of course, the first one, The Undertaker, there, it's not just a fictional movie.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
what really happened in Isan province about their ritual, traditional ritual, and how to go through for the funeral too.
Exactly. And now let's have a look at travel destinations that are top searched throughout the year.
Well, of course. The top search locations for travel destination. The first one is, of course, Bangkok and เกาะกระดาน ชลบุรี หัวหิน and ชะอำ and the last one กาญจนบุรี
I think because I already been through the four four of the places, but except Kok Kratan.
Yeah, Kok Radan has been ranked as the most beautiful beaches.
Do you know where the location is?
It's in
it's
Trang, I believe. So it's like
right.
you're like on that side.
Yes, Gapi side, right? Okay,
No,
right.
not the Krabi, not the Andaman coast, but I think the
another.
Gulf of Thailand.
Gulf of Thailand,
But
okay.
it has been named as like one of the most beautiful beaches, and
Yes.
because of the ranking, many people have flocked to Kok Radan.
Okay.
But I think we're gonna put that on our bucket list as well.
Yes, we have to go.
Yeah, and while the top search travel destinations abroad include Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, Vietnam, and Malaysia.
Yes, my
Well,
hometown is
Taiwan.
the one on the list. I think it's because of the policy too, because right now if you just buy a ticket to Taiwan and you can just have a lottery chance to get the top prize 5,000 NTD. So that's why I
Okay.
think Thai people like it.
Oh,
About the
yeah.
lottery mindset,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I just buy the flight ticket maybe around like 6,000 round trip ticket, but I might get 5,000.
Wow, that sounds like a good incentive to
Yeah,
attract
Yes.
tourists.
I think for me it's Malaysia because for now I think this year Malaysia and Penang Island
Penang.
has been talk of the town, especially for people like me from the south. You know, because it's easier to go through the custom via in Hat Yai in Songkhla, so that easily you can go to the Malaysia or
two-day
to
trip.
yeah, maybe 1 day trip or 2 day trip, that would be fine. Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right, we're just talked about the top search people and music and movie. And now let's talk about the top order dishes of 2023, which has been reviewed by Grab. All right, Grab Thailand has revealed its insights for the year of 2023. And the top 5 dishes that were most ordered through Grab are Som Tam Pu Para. Well, let's take a look here. This is Som Tam Pu Para, the most ordered dishes of 2023, with the crab and fermented fish.
Yeah,
Eggs.
that's like a papaya salad with crab and fermented fish. That's like, oh,
Very
want it.
spicy too.
very
this
spicy.
dish.
And Thai people seem to love it for many reasons.
Yeah. And next is black coffee, iced matcha, lap mu, or spicy minced pork salad, and Thai milk tea. Well, of course, right? Som Tam Pu Para is the most popular dish, which saw 4.4 million orders throughout the year.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's
4 million dishes, 4 million orders, wow. And meanwhile, vegan food has been increasingly popular too, with the orders of vegan dishes increased by 5 times compared to the last year. Well, as for the most popular dishes being ordered through Grab in each region, for the northern region, the most popular dishes were Khanom Jeen Nam Nghiao and Khao Soi,
this one.
and Sai Ua too.
Oh, I love sai ua. It's very spicy and very-
Herby.
Yeah.
And for the Isan or Northeast region, the top dishes were Som Tam Pu Para and Lap Mu, of course, right? And the last one is Kho Mu Yang, which is pork grill. And for the central region, the most popular dishes were iced coffee, Kho Mu Yang, grilled pork, and Khao Man Kai. Well, iced coffee coming out over nowhere. As for the southern region, the top ordered dishes were cha chak or southern style Thai milk tea, khao mok gai, and fried chicken. With the New Year celebrations approaching, Grab also revealed its top 5 dishes being ordered during New Year festivities, which are pizza, mala, fried chicken, sandwiches, and burgers.
I'm so starving right now. Can we just order those things to the table?
Yeah, so many food
Maybe
now.
next time we can do it because it's dinner time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that some people are watching our show and
Yeah.
having dinner at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think we should do the same.
Next
At
time.
least have some like delicacies on our table, and then we just eat them.
Yes.
At least have a bite.
Yes. Yes.
So
you know,
you can see that these are the dishes that have been it has been really popular throughout the year, and most of them are like favorites among Thais to begin with. So like som tam pu pla ra, for example, is like everyone eats it.
but I'm not sure if Song Tam Pu Palap is suitable for foreigner. Of course, for those tourists, I am fond of it. I love it. But for the first time I tasted, I had a second thought. Because I think it's because of the taste or the smell.
Yeah.
Bala.
And it's spicy
I
too.
think fermented fish or pla ra is something that not everyone likes it to begin with because of how smelly it is. But if you eat it,
Just-
then you might have like a second thought.
Just
You
eat
might
it in.
like it.
Eat it first, and
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
judge.
Yeah, but then like other than that, I'm okay with all the dishes like khao soi gai, for
Yeah.
example, lap mu, kho mu yang, or even like khao soi.
Yeah.
Can we?
Can we have them on the table?
Yes.
For my Southern style Thai milk tea.
Ah,
Cha chak,
cha chak.
of course, because for me it's given some hint of different comparison to the normal Thai tea.
Yeah, but what's the difference anyway between cha chak and just normal Thai milk tea?
Well, cha chak usually they have their own kind of like their own way to do it. I'm not sure if there was any videos of how to make cha chak, but like
Oh, I remember it was like this.
yeah,
right?
it was like this,
Yeah.
and they could do like sprinting around. You know what I
It's like
mean?
the way they pour it like
Yeah.
this. But then if it's like Thai milk tea, it's just like simple.
Yes.
But cha cha, it has like a different way of serving tea.
Yeah, and for the Sultan style, it's giving that intense of the tea.
Yes.
It's
The smell of the tea,
smell
yeah.
of the tea, and it's not really towards the sweet side, but it's giving that intense of the tea, and your eyes will be like, boom, okay, I'm awake now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will try that when we go to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, moving on to more serious topic now, which is now related to the LGBTQ community, as many have been hoping for marriage equality to be legalized in Thailand. Well, Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin has signed the government's marriage equality bill, which was included among the urgent agenda items for debate in the House this Friday. Opposition parties have welcomed the government's move to submit a marriage equality bill to the parliament to be considered alongside a similar bill proposed by the Move Forward Party. Move Forward Party leader Chaitawat Tulathon said that he believes that the two bills can be merged and approved by the House before it is forwarded to the Senate for consideration. He also believes that the government and the opposition can work together with less conflicts for the common good, and that House meetings in the future will not collapse due to a lack of a quorum.
It's a positive sign for LGBT plus group, of course, because at the beginning of the campaign, Move Forward Party and Pheu Thai, they already said they will support for the LGBT law or same-sex marriage law or marriage equality bill. But right now, I think it still takes time because for tomorrow, it will take into consideration for lower house or the parliament, the lower house first. But of course, they was into the consideration for Senate. But for the deliberation there, it takes some time for them to talk about it and vote in for Senate to consideration. Even past the Senate stage, King will sign for it. So it still takes some time. And we haven't seen the detail yet. So we do not know what the detail is. Of course, the MFP, the Move Forward Party version, is that they want to change the title of wife, husband to the spouse, the right of adoption of kids, or entitled to get benefits from spouse. So that's very important. But to taking example from Taiwan, because Taiwan already is the first place to pass the same-sex marriage in Asia. 2017 Constitutional Court in Taiwan, of course, ruled that the civil code in Taiwan is already is not suitable for constitution. So the I mean, the parliamentarian, of course, they have to change or revise the law. But we wait for 2 years until 2019. Even we have the decision from Constitutional Court. So it still takes time.
Yeah, I think many of the LGBTQ people in Thailand have been waiting for marriage equality to be legalized in Thailand. And one thing that we also have to mention is that they are hoping for Bangkok to host World Pride in 2028. And if they didn't pass the marriage equality bill here, people would be thinking like, is Thailand really a place for the LGBT community? So so the LGBTQ community in Thailand have been trying to push, have been demanding for the law to be legalized at least before they host the World Pride. Well, they will host in 2028 if the bidding process actually allows them to host as well.
I mean, speaking of, society in general, I think in this generation or today, we already like open up for the LGBTQ community anyway. So now we're hoping for the best to have the marriage equality.
For the legal side.
The thing is that Thailand has been really open towards the LGBTQ community, but many of the laws have restricted them from many other things, not just marriage equality, but even access to healthcare. That is like one of the biggest problems that the LGBTQ community have raised for many years. And I remember attending like one of their demonstrations during Valentine's Day. They said that marriage equality is not just about expressing their love during Valentine's Day or any other day, but it's also the rights, the fundamental rights as a human being, access to healthcare and mortgage, many other things. That was why the LGBTQ have been demanding for changes of the law.
At the end of the day, it's just human. Human marries to another human. So
we'll wait for the process because it really takes time, and as what you said, it's human rights. They have the right to decide who they love and who they want.
Exactly.
And of course, we will see what the deliberation is tomorrow. So next one, of course, people, if you are here, I was not here last week, but you were here, you were here. So you understand the PM 2.5. Of course, it affects a lot. Like Nat is coughing right now, but it's not PM 2.5 in the studio. It's quite cold here. Last week.
I have to say, I've been coughing for like a week or 2 weeks already, probably because of the PM 2.5, but also the weather changes as well. And this is horrible.
Yes. It definitely aggravates your symptoms here because you cough a lot. And of course, if you inhale all the dust in, it's gonna aggravate. So the Ministry of Energy and the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, car and oil companies have joined hands to reduce PM 2.5 dust emissions from vehicle exhaust, which account for 72% of PM 2.5 in the atmosphere in the capital. Energy Minister Pirapan Sasiratha Vipap said the ministry has adopted measures to reduce PM 2.5, which include improving the quality of car fuel to Euro 5 grade. It persuades car owners to get their vehicles serviced regularly and supports the transition from internal combustion engine vehicles to electric cars. Bangkok Governor Chachas Sitipun said city officials have conducted tests on infrequently and frequently serviced diesel engines, replacing fuel filters using Euro 3 fuel. The tests show that replacing fuel, air, and oil filters can reduce PM 2.5 emissions by about 25%. Natural Resources and Environment Permanent Secretary said that El Nino is likely to worsen the PM 2.5 situation next year, especially in cities where traffic is congested. He said the ministry has coordinated with 9 car companies to offer free car engine checks, discounts on car maintenance, and engine oil changes until next April. the Pollution Control Department reported excessive PM 2.5 in 74 areas of Bangkok and its suburbs in last week, with the highest level being recorded in Samut Prakan, 75.7 micrograms per cubic meter of air, and in Nong Kem. Most areas in the central and western provinces also have excessive PM 2.5, ranging from 28.8 to 67.5. 5 areas in the north, 6 areas in the north, and 5 in the east have excessive PM 2.5 levels. It's a lot of numbers, but it's very, very. You can see, of course, on the screen, it's not fog, it's PM 2.5. A smog. So
it's not fog, but it's PM 2.5, and it was really like this last week. And in the morning, we would feel like it's so murky. So when people are advised to stay indoors, they have to stay indoors. But if it's inevitable, they would have to wear face masks. But unfortunately, PM 2.5 still gets into your body.
Yes, you were in central Bangkok, of course. You were there. So when you walk out from your building, have you seen the fog there?
Not necessarily, because like I think it depends on the timing. Like if it's like early in the morning, like 7 a.m., then that would be one thing. But when I got out of the building, it's already gone. But the feeling is that, it's uncomfortable because like if you have this atmosphere, and especially that I'm already coughing to begin with, it really irritates your respiratory system.
And it wasn't a large industrial area in Samut Prakan because I have some friends working there. So last week, they could only embrace it. They don't have any measures.
Yeah, I saw some random videos on TikTok. And at first I thought it was maybe in some places in Chiang Rai because winter is coming, right? And I looked at the caption and the comment section, and it said it's in Samut Prakan. And it's not even a fog, but it's
PM
2.5. Yeah. Exactly.
And one thing we always have to remind ourselves is that PM 2.5 does affect our health, like our respiratory system. We have learned a few weeks ago from the death of a doctor, which has actually sparked awareness of how dangerous PM 2.5 is. And the government has been trying to impose measures to tackle with the air pollution. And there's also like this Clean Air Act that they're trying to push at the moment. So hopefully if it's enacted, it will actually be one step forward in terms of ensuring good air quality for Thai citizens.
It's not just the dust from inside the country, from outside. So the government should, take out, of course, what you said, and cooperate with neighboring countries with Laos and Myanmar too.
It's kind of like a big challenge for the government now because as you guys just said, like it's not from just in the country, or it's not from just a car exhaust. It's sometimes from the agricultural field and
exactly. Like car exhaust, the burning of farm waste, and there are many other factors that have contributed to the high levels of PM 2.5. But hopefully the government will take real action so that citizens can finally get access to good air quality and no one will die from lung cancer because of the PM 2.5 dust. And now let's end the program with some more heartwarming stories. Graduation day is normally a day that students have been waiting for because it means that their university life is already over. But normally when we go to graduation or commencement ceremonies, we would normally have the deans or members of the alumni giving a speech to new graduates. But at Khon Kaen University, they decided to invite a janitor to give a speech instead. So Khon Kaen University's Faculty of Law held a graduation ceremony in which they invited a janitor to give a congratulatory speech to new graduates. And this has become the most heartwarming story of the week that has been widely shared on social media. So let's have a listen to what the janitor had to say to the new graduates.
แม่บ้านค่ะก่อนอื่นต้องกราบ ขอบคุณท่านคณบดีและท่านอาจารย์ทั้งหลายค่ะที่ให้เกียรติแม่บ้านมาแสดงความยินดีกับบัณฑิตค่ะ แล้วขอให้บัณฑิตทุกท่านเจริญก้าวหน้าไปในวันข้างหน้านะคะนำความรู้ความสามารถของท่านที่ท่านอาจารย์ได้ถ่ายทอดให้เจริญก้าวหน้าไปข้างหน้าค่ะขอให้เติบโตเป็นเจ้าคนนายคนทุกคนนะคะขอบคุณค่ะ
That's a very simple yet inspirational speech from the janitor. Her name is Pamat, and she gave a speech to the new graduates who graduated from Khon Kaen University. And that took place like during the past weekend, and that particular video has been widely shared on social media. Many people have commented saying how heartwarming it is. And one thing we have to note that it is considered unusual to have a janitor to go on stage and give a speech to new graduates because normally, like we said, it would be like very important people, like for example, the deans, the professors, members of the alumni, or even top students of that particular graduating class. Meanwhile, the dean of the faculty, along with members of the alumni, also gave speeches to congratulate the new graduates of Khon Kaen University, as well as providing advice and inspiration for them. As for this year, a total of 732 students have completed the bachelor's degrees in law from Khon Kaen University. So what it really says for many Thais is that we cannot overlook these people, the janitors or the security guards, because they have played a huge role in like the faculty. And one thing we also have to mention is that the janitor is pretty much close with the students to begin with, and she has been like part of the university for many years. So there must be like some strong bond or connection between the janitor and the students, as if like they're like a family.
Given that it's just 30-second speech, it's very touching if I were one of the students under the stage, because as what you said, it's links emotionally. Because every day I remember in Chulalongkorn University, I passed through the janitor or passed through the security. I talked to them. I know their name. They're kind of like just auntie and uncle for us. So it's kind of likeผู้ใหญ่ a senior just tell us that okay, you just pursue your future and we will be here, always be here for you.
In my college years, I remember that every time that I passed through them, I have to kind of like say hi to him, like why, as a Thai traditions, and they always, they always being nice to me. Like they ask me like several questions about like how I'm doing, like small talks, and I can feel that having a janitor, give the speech to the graduate, the new graduated people. I think in my perspective, it's really giving that touched message to the new grads too.
Like back when I was in university, we never had anything like this. Like back when I was in Australia, we barely cared about the janitors or the security guards or even people like that. But like in Thai culture, it's really interesting how they give importance to these humble people, like those who we may not consider in your daily lives, because like at university we might only care about our teachers, we might care about our professors, or only our friends, or just someone who's really important in that particular faculty. But this is really touching in a sense that we give importance to those who may not get that same recognition. But the janitors actually have done a lot of work cleaning up the classrooms and just doing everything so that everything is tidy. So we need to give them that recognition as well.
They are the big part of the faculty or a big part of their, students' life too.
And you point out a very important point that they play a very huge role. It's not just cleaning. They have the community bounding here. That people to understand we are safe with them.
Yes.
They are doing their job and we are safe we can count on them in some senses.
Exactly. All right, and that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Chat Room. Join us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. only on Thai PBS World. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ